Welcome everybody to my 2024 Imperial Army. I will say it's a couple days after New Year's, which I'm sorry about. I meant to do it on New Year's Day. But yeah, here's my army. I also want to say that my army is currently missing one set, which is the Rebel Scout Speeder versus Imperial Dropship set. So that'll include another 3 minifigures that are not currently included. But yeah, anyways, let's start off at kind of the center of my army, that of course being kind of my higher up name characters. So at the front of my army I have 2 Emperor Palpatines, both of them in Christmas sweaters. Then also I have all of my Darth Vaders. I actually have 5 Darth Vaders, one of which I have given kind of this custom battle damaged look. It's kind of hard to show because it's very bright in this room as of right now. But I hope you can kind of see it, and I'll show it quickly at the very end of the video. Yeah, anyways, you also have both of my Thrawn figures, both the old and the new. And I've also gotten a little Mara Jade with a couple different hair pieces I'm actually deciding between at the very end of the video. I'm going to show all 3 of them on them and get you to hopefully tell me what they look like. Also, we've got our little Death Troopers here, Shadow Troopers, Special Forces, all that stuff. And also our 3 Praetorian Guards, kind of defending all the named characters. Here's a couple of other kind of miscellaneous characters. We've got Moff Gideon, Callus, the Grand Inquisitor, Boba Fett, Morgan Elsbeth. And then here we've got my, also this little Yislamari reference. Anyways, going back to our named officers here, we've got Commodore Pharaoh, Ray Sloan, some unnamed character based off of Rampart. We also have General Veers, and then just a whole host of unnamed officers. Then here is our kind of Navy troopers. Then we have our kind of crew for different ships. And I've also kind of thrown in my ATST drivers right there. Then we have all of our TIE fighter pilots. Also, the dust level on these guys is kind of crazy. We also have any sort of like our hover tank pilots right here. Basically just pilots in general. Then behind that we have Omega, another kind of clone prisoner, and then 3 factory workers based off of Rebels. Then here we have all of our droids. I probably should stop collecting as many droids, but I don't know, I find it fun. Anyways, moving on to the next branch of our military, that being our troopers. Well, here we actually have the kind of bulk of my Imperial Army. So at the front we have this commander using the Commander Praji body, and he's kind of in charge of my Stormtrooper contingent. Behind him, of course, are 2 Stormtrooper commanders, and then 2 Stormtrooper sergeants. Then behind him, there's 1 full squadron of Stormtroopers featuring 12 troopers. And then behind that, there's also another squadron that's not quite complete. It's only got 8 troopers, so I do need another 4. I've already ordered 3, so I'll just need to get 1 more. Then again, I'm also kind of substituting one of them for using one of the night troopers, so I'll probably also get rid of that. Anyways, got our patrol troopers, these guys from the Mandalorian. We've got all of our snow troopers led by a snow trooper sergeant. Then he has these kind of 2 heavy troopers behind him, and then a full squad of 12 of these snow troopers. Next off, we got 3 dark troopers from the Dark Trooper attack set. I definitely wish I could have picked up at least 1 more of these, but I don't really need that many more, so as of right now, I'm content with just the 3. Maybe I'll buy 1 more off of eBay or something. Next off, we got our miscellaneous troopers. The one who's kind of the squad leader has a Chimera pauldron, but other than that, they're all just miscellaneous. Then we got our scout troopers. One of them is one of like the keychain scout troopers, so it's not really that's kind of miscellaneous again. Mortar troopers, aka artillery stormtroopers here. We got a couple of shore troopers. Definitely wish I could have picked up a couple more of these guys. I only got 5. Anyways, moving on to the complete other side of the map, we got our clones. So I've got 3 named clones here. My favorite clone, or one of my favorite clones, being Commander Thyre. He's here, Cody's here, and then also Wilco. Thyre, I've also given this kind of custom pauldron work, and then I've also done that with Wilco. As you can see, they're just made up of a little bit of a cardboard that I've kind of, thin cardboard that I've kind of bent in a way. I really like how it looks. But yeah, there's just a couple of clones behind them. 4 standard clone troopers, and then 1 shock trooper. Probably buy a second shock trooper eventually, but again, not really a priority. Then we have our Imperial shock troopers, and there's actually 10 of these guys. 4 of them have riot shields and a baton. 4 have a standard blaster carbine, and then 2 of them have different weapons, and they're kind of like my officers. Eventually I get some red pauldrons for them. Then behind them, we've got our clone commandos led by Scorch, a full squad of them. The first 4 kind of have heavy custom blasters, and also back to syringes, and then the remaining 8 just have standard clone commando pauldrons. Not pauldrons, carbines. Anyways, I also have gotten a couple more of those blue syringes for Bacta, so I will give them to them shortly. Now, actually, behind this Scorched figure, you can see the most expensive parts of my army, and that being my 12 K2SOs figures. I recently bought these on a whim, and I'm really glad I did, because they suddenly just spiked in price. But I've given the first 4 no weapons, the second 4 just blaster carbines, and then the kind of last 2 of the 4 have given commando blasters again, and then the final 2 get these kind of electro batons connected to their backs. So now I'm going to go into the vehicles, and my whole army is actually centered around this Lego Star Destroyer, which I've had a couple of modifications to, and 2 ATSTs, which you can see here. Now moving on to the other vehicle. Now, welcome to the other vehicles. So here we have all of my TIE fighters. I have 7 in total, 3 standard TIEs, 3 bombers, and 1 interceptor. I also have a Lambda shuttle, one of the newer ones, not sadly the Tidarium. Eventually I'm going to get that, but it's not a priority right now. Next off, I have one of my custom Star Destroyers. You can watch all of my custom ship tutorials, not tutorials, just videos on my other channels. Oh my god, they're all linked in the description. Oh my god, I don't know what it is. When I don't script my videos, I just cannot speak for some reason. Anyways, here is my custom Fang fighter for Mara Jade. If you open this kind of compartment, you can actually see there's room to store both electro binoculars and their blaster. There's also another compartment that's kind of inaccessible right now, because I'm changing it up a bit to store her lightsaber. Anyways, there's some Imperial logos, and I've kind of slightly changed the design. Alright, now, continuing, here is my kind of military vehicles. So we've got all of my Marauders, and then also my hover tank. Eventually, if I can, I might get a 4th Marauder, but again, expensive. Then we've got my first out of 2 of these kind of drop ships. I'm thinking of using them as special forces drop ships for my commandos. Eventually, I have a second one currently being shipped. It's not arriving though until Tuesday. Here are all my speeders, and right beforehand it showed all of my turrets and E-webs and stuff. Here you have my single dewback with this kind of custom harness I built. Then there's also my custom viewing, which I passed a couple seconds ago. I don't know why I didn't stay on that. Then also, of course, as you just saw, we had my kind of ammo storage for my TIE bombers. Now, quickly, also, here's another quick little video of that battle damage Vader that I missed showing you. So, yeah. Also, I also just want to ask, which of these 3 hairstyles for Mara Jade looks best? Answer in the comments. Yeah. Also, just want to thank you so much for watching this video of me showcasing my annual Imperial Army. I also do have a couple other armies that I could share, from Lord of the Rings to other Star Wars stuff. This is mostly just for me doing some fun things, because I love showcasing this collection. But yeah, thanks for watching, and peace out.